And it is the precursor to Live Aid. The British have been doing it for a long time as well. They're comedians getting together for charity. It's for the Terence Higgins AIDS Trust. It is called Hysteria. Hysteria 3. I have the CD in me grubby mitts. And here's a very, very sharp lady. She is married. Her name's Helen Lederer.
Some of you are probably thinking, how come she even has time to be here? You know, she must be so busy being at home, you know, being happy. And because I am extremely happy at the moment. It's lovely. Because I have got it all, you know, man, a house, career, soon, baby. No, because I did do it right with the baby. I did breastfeed it in public, which is what you're supposed to do. Covent Garden, actually. Drew quite a crowd. Managed to get a couple of heckles, actually. That's great. They were a bit pushed for something new to say. I mean, show us your tits is a bit superfluous, but there we are. But as I say, I'm happy. It's not all roses, obviously, being happy. You just get them in the first week, obviously. No, because I remember at the beginning, you know, my partner was very taken unawares by the extent of his passion. And he used to give me these lovely surprise punnets of wild strawberries and lay them on my pillowcase every Sunday, which is really great and surprising. And then a couple of months later, it got to be a sort of surprise bag of groceries. And then when we reached the surprise tins stage, we knew we were in trouble. So we know we're happy, it's no problem. So we went along to marital therapy because it's, you know, happy and expensive. And no, it's great. And the person said, you know, we're going there, and he said, you know, what do you like about each other? And to break the silence, he then said, well, what don't you like? And, well, obviously we only had an hour, so managed to slip in a few minor points about general dress sense, habits, politics, friends, family, and state of hygiene. But obviously had to wait to the next session to really open up. But I blame it on his family, if I may just say this, because they're very intelligent, but not very physical. I mean, his father has to use cake tongs every time he has a pee, which is a bit excessive. And Mother's not much better, actually. She did send us a congratulatory card, you know, saying it'll never work, which is super, you know, one of those musical ones that played the Death March. But no, he's great with her baby. He's great with the baby when he sees her. No, but she just learnt her first few words, which is very exciting, which is, that's it, I'm leaving. So, you know, we're very proud. We're very, very proud indeed, the whole thing. And we learn all the time. We learn not to say the N word. Nanny. Sorry to be offensive, I didn't know, because it's saying the N-word does elicit strange responses from people like, bitch. Quite funny. Sad but true. No, we're very good with ours. Communication's getting better all the time, especially since I took up Spanish conversation, because I was able actually to say to her in Spanish, you know, may I borrow my car, please? And she understood me, which is great. And then she said no, and I understood her. But she's very caring, particularly with my clothes. Now she's had them altered to fit her. She's a real gem. And people are always saying, where did you find her, you know? And I said, easy, you know, just one of those little cards that I found in the local telephone box, actually. It was great. No, it was good. It said, spankingly good nanny, satisfaction guaranteed, good hourly rate. So, and she is spankingly good, actually, spankingly good. Great references from an MP, actually. But anyway, it's a great responsibility bringing a child into the world, isn't it? You know, all those embarrassing questions like, what's a Labour government? But anyway, here's hoping. Thank you very much. Good night.
Helen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What would you like to start with, sir?
Laughs from the past.
That all the past rules and regulations that our fellow MPs agreed upon are far too old-fashioned. Do you agree? Now then, I propose that we should update these rules and regulations so the whole world will be laughing. Take it away, Maggie.
pub should open from breakfast time to midnight. Here, here.
Milk's down on me cornflakes. By lunchtime I'll be tight. Here, here.
Capture all the meter maids and tie their feet together. Here, here.
And tilt the world a few degrees so we get better weather.
Let's clear all the swimming pools and stock them out with trite. And then let all the grice out and let them flap a bite.
Let's bed tights and trousers and have a mini-skirt revival. Here, here.
Let's see ladies' sweaters fighting for survival. Here, here.
To teach the world to laugh, first you gotta change the rules. We're gonna put them to the vote, then the fools can be fools.
I'd like to call the House to order. Can you please wake up the member for Stegnerington? It's time for him to make his maiden speech. Call the member for Stegnerington.
Australia's getting thirsty. Let's send them warmer beer. Here, here.
I don't know where you're going to send it, because most of us are over here. Here, here.
Let's take off our trousers and wear them back to front. Here, here. And walk about the main street naked every other month. Here, here.
Two funny little things each side of our head. Here, here. White brick.
Let's teach the world to laugh. 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 Let's teach the world to laugh.
Here's a few notes on the tom-toms, will you, young man? That'll do, that'll do, that'll do. All right.
Look, do you want to talk about the old songs or not?
All right, the songs. The old songs. Your song. Classic, isn't it?
Yes, quite popular, yes.
Well, there is a verse in that song in which, talking about the eyes of the person that the song is about, you sing, "Excuse me for asking, these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue."
Yes.
What I'd like to know is this. Is it this sort of chronic forgetfulness that led you to forget that Elton is not, in fact, a Christian name at all? It is a surname. And not a very attractive one at that.
Let's talk about something else, shall we? Forget the name.
All right, Mr. John. Let's talk about being a stage performer, should we? Tell me, do you ever watch other performers and get jealous?
I'm not sure I follow you there. I mean, jealous of what?
Well, for instance, Ben Elton.
Well, I don't have to do this, you know.
All right. Look, I'm sorry.
Oh.
All right. Fair enough, moving on then. Many consider your masterpiece, of course, to be the album Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And there is one song that people are particularly moved by called Candle in the Wind.
Yes, a lot of people seem to like that song.
Now, this song is in fact dedicated to Norma Jean Baker, who, of course, changed her name to Monroe Marilyn.
Marilyn Monroe.
My point exactly. Marilyn is a Christian name, so it comes first. Can't you see that? Are you word blind or something? I mean, it's...
I've had enough of this.
All right, no, wait, please. I'm sorry. See, please, I'm sorry. It was my mistake. I'm sorry. There's only one more question to go. It won't take long, really. It won't take a moment. Sorry, there's only... I am... Please, sit down. One final question. You've obviously achieved enormous success over the years, but in fact, you didn't have a solo British #1 until this year, with a song called Sacrifice. Now, my big question is this. Surely, you wouldn't have had to wait so long for a #1 if it hadn't been for your stupid, pointless, bloody name! Bang!
What a head, Dick.
For the band, the Joan Collins Fan Club, awfully so. He's going to play a quiz game called Celebrity Sticky Moments. Who are the celebrities?
Any intelligent guess as to who is in this window? Well, you wouldn't know, would you? It is, in fact, the very lovely Sarah Green, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Julie.
Hello there.
Good evening.
Like to hold my hand?
I'd love to.
There were a few squeals of excitement from up there.
Oh, it's the sky.
No stains on the upholstery, please. I nearly said no snails on the upholstery.
Freudian slap. Oh, Freud.
A Freudian slap, she said.
Really gave something
It's
away.
uncanny, isn't it? You leave the jokes to me, Sarah.
Sorry.
So, Sarah, what can we say? Sarah has a wonderful way of communicating with children. She makes them feel superior to her. And what can I say, Sarah? What can we say about your husband, Mike Smith?
He adores you.
Melvin Bragg. Lovely Melvin Bragg, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Slightly clammy there, aren't we?
Yes.
You looking forward to the proceedings?
No.
Melvin is, of course, father of Billy Bragg. He bought... don't clap on your own, please, Sarah. Someone will throw you a fish, you know that. Melvin... It's being interfered with. I wouldn't get that off you, Melvin, would I? I'll see you in a moment. I'm moving over this side. Another top-notch celebrity. Would you welcome, please, the very lovely, the very glamorous Anna Ford. Now, Anna, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Under the circumstances.
Yes, well, you're in a little window like we see you on the telly. Now, of course, apart from being queen of the auto cue, you may not know this, Anna's life story has recently been filmed, starring Barbara Windsor. And you were lucky to get her. Moving on to our final celebrity, I'm thrilled to welcome... No, we've had him. Oh, yes. I'm thrilled to welcome Clement Freud, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you're responsible, well, for lots of things, but you're responsible for Emma Freud as well, aren't you? You'll take a couple of marks away, please. We have our cards, thank you. We'll play our first game, which is a kind of word game, Sarah. All right. True or false, can you tell me, my husband has the sex appeal of a 17th century politician?
Which one?
Which one? Which husband or which...
No, which 17th century politician?
It's just a true or false. I'll have to hurry you, I'm afraid. They're dropping off here.
False, sorry.
False, I'm sorry. Look, the answer was true. It was true, so I'll give you 1 mark, though, just because I like you and you're smiling at me. Melvin, you behave yourself, please.
Oh, come on.
The symphonies of Gustav Mahler, like the symphonies of Beethoven, completely rejuvenated classical music. Discuss. And it is a comedy evening, very nice.
Well, I usually have auto cue and start at about 10:30, but beginning with Marla. No.
No, I'll give you 2 marks, though, because that was very amusing indeed. Anna, true or false? This is a question of etiquette, all right? When dining with the Duchess of York, it's impolite to draw attention to her nose bag. Is that true or false?
True, unless you're wearing one too.
I will accept that. The answer was actually false because she couldn't care less, but I will accept. Full marks for Anna there. Clement, I must warn you now that for this question I can only accept your first answer, okay? Only your first words. What is the meaning of life?
A tin of anchovies.
Are you high on drugs? Very good. I think it is. That is the meaning of life as far as I'm concerned, if not 2 tins. Double marks for you there. It's also filmed by Monty Python, but we won't go into that. Could we have the scores at the end of that round, please, Hugh?
Yes, indeed. Clement has 2, Sarah 3, and Melvin and Anna both have 4.
Thank you very much. Melvin back, Anna 4.
Oh, dear.
Nevertheless, this is the BBC.
General Assistance Department, number 1, speaking.
Hello, this is number 2. Picking up.
These are the men from the ministry.
Today, in the General Assistance Department, Secretary Mildred Murphin is trying out an unusual form of character study.
Well, I don't know, Mr. Lamb. I don't see how I can learn anything from that.
And why not?
Well, it's such a stubby little thing, isn't it?
Stubby?
Aye. You see, it says here that a man's thumb is a useful guide to his character and personality. But what yours shows, I can't imagine.
Well, I mean, surely it must reveal my trustworthiness?
No.
My brilliant powers of reasoning?
No.
Well, how about my dynamic personality, then?
No. No. As far as I can see, Mr. Lamb, all it shows is that you've got a thumb.
I think you better start taking a different magazine, Mildred.
Oh, no, don't be like that, Mr. Lamb. Just because you've got a characterless thumb, really, there's some lovely articles in this magazine, like how to keep a good hold on your man.
Oh, by a psychiatrist?
No, by a woman wrestler. And then there's the serial by Angela Thrush. Wash the blood off me crinoline. Oh, it's smashing. Now, listen to this. Lord Millidew caught his breath as her dress slid from her shoulders and dropped with a soft silken swish to the floor.
Mildred, please, not in working hours.
These were her working hours. Just fancy being able to write like Angela Thrush.
Yeah, well, it may interest you to know, Mildred, that I, too, am a writer. In fact, I'm writing a book.
But you can't even spell cat.
I don't need to. There are no cats in my book.
Well, I never. What's it called, then?
Whitehall with the lid off.
Hey, well, is it a bit, revealing?
Well, confidentially, Mildred, it does touch upon certain rather unusual aspects of civil service life.
Oh, does it?
Yes. Things the public doesn't normally hear about.
You mean like,
Exactly.
And that business in the...
Yes, quite.
Mr. Lamb, you'll never get away with it. Oh, you
Morning, number 2. Good morning, Mildred.
Yeah.
Morning, number 1. What's the matter with you, Mildred? Been sitting on drawing pins again?
No, Mr. Lamb, I'm all excited.
Yes, I can see that. But what about?
I can't wait for Mr. Lamb's thingy to come out. His book.
Oh. Yes. Well, instead of waiting for something that could never happen, you should be waiting for the kettle to boil. Kindly attend to it, would you?
Oh, all right then. T.
Now, number two, what's all this nonsense? Are you really trying to write a book?
I'm not trying to. It's nearly finished, actually. It's called Whitehall with the Lid Off. Autobiographical, you know.
Autobiography? Oh, really, don't be ridiculous. You can't write a book about 20 years of making paperclip chains.
You can scoff, but remember, he who scoffs last scoffs scoffiest.
A book. I'll believe it when I see it.
All right, then. Here it is. There we are. What do you think of that, then?
Good heavens. You've written all that?
Yes. You don't think I spend all my time knitting, do you?
Let's have a look. 10 tiny tricks with the petty cash.
Yeah.
All the forms, 44. Getting bored with trade. Oh, I like that number. That's jolly good. Yes, very good.
But look at the next chapter heading.
Let's have a look. Underwater in the typing pool, or below the surface in the service. Yes. Number two, this could be dynamite.
Oh, yes, it will be. It'll blow the lid off of everything.
Everything?
Yes, everything. Nothing and nobody will be spared.
No, just a minute, please.
Without fear or favor?
Yes, of course. You'll keep your oldest and dearest friends out of it, won't you?
Not necessarily. Of course, those who have never committed any indiscretions, shall I say, will be safe.
Major indiscretions, you mean?
Indiscretions are indiscretions, I always say.
Now, look here, number two. What went on at the staff party last Christmas was strictly between Gladys Throckmorton and me.
I didn't know anything had gone on between Gladys Throckmorton and you. How very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. I must make a note of it.
Well, it's all about a friendly kiss under the mistletoe.
Well, there wasn't any mistletoe at the party last night.
Well, there should have been. Anyway, when she missed her bus, I had to take her home, hadn't I?
Had you?
Well, look, how was I to know that her family was out and that she was frightened of being alone?
Is she? Throgmorton.
Number two, I forbid you to put that scurrilous story in your book. If you do, I'll sue you. General Assistance Department, Lennox Brown suing. I mean, it's all nonsense.
It always is in your department, Lennox Brown.
Good morning, Sir Gregory. How are you, Sir Gregory? How nice to hear from you, Sir Gregory. And what can we do for you, Sir Gregory?
You can shut up for a start. Give me a chance to tell you. There's a big hush-hush economic conference coming up, and they're looking for a conference director. Someone with a deep grasp of the international financial situation, a keen, incisive mind when it comes to making decisions, and a born organizer.
Oh, well, they've certainly come to the right man, Sir Gregory.
Thank you, Lennox Brown. I've accepted the job.
You have, Sir Gregory? Wouldn't it take up too much of your time?
Oh, not really. I found a man to take all the routine drudgery off my shoulders.
Oh, good. Who is it?
You. You can start by finding a venue where the conference can be held in absolute secrecy. We don't want the media to get onto it. I'll send you a memo with full details. No, on second thoughts, this is such a top priority, top security job. It would be unsafe to send the memo round by hand. You'd better come and pick it up yourself.
Oh, very good, Sir Gregory.
I have to go out, so you'll find it on the shelf outside in the passage where we leave the milk bottles.
Have no fear, Sir Gregory. I'll give the job my personal attention, and you know what that means, don't you?
Yes. You're determined to make a muck of it. Goodbye, Lennox Brown.
Oh, what was all that about, number one?
Oh, just another job that Sir Gregory can't handle without me. Oh, by the way, run along to his office and pick up something.
I'm sorry, I'm busy.
What?
Yes, I'm polishing up one or two anecdotes for my book, you know. By the way, how do you spell, Throgmorton? 1G or 2?
Number 2, this is blackmail.
Yes, I suppose it is, really. Run along now, Lennox Brown. I'll see you later.
Hello, Mildred. Can I come in? Oh, yes. Hello, Bernard. What are you doing? Well, it's a competition in Dolly magazine.
Oh,
you see. I could win a pattern of Tom Jones's favourite pair of trousers, but there's not much room for error.
Last time I saw him, there wasn't much room for his legs. Listen, what about slipping out to that new restaurant for a cod burger and chips?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, love, but I can't leave the office just like that. Mr. Lamb is so particular, you know.
I thought it was that other bloke who was boss.
Well, he was, but I don't know what's going on. Mr. Lamb's lording it over everybody these days, and Mr. Lennox Brown's letting him.
Aye.
It's something to do with Mr. Lamb's book.
What book?
The one he's writing. He's got Mr. Lennox Brown frightened to death.
Ooh.
Only yesterday, Mr. Lamb changed the date on Mr. LB's calendar, and he never said a word. I think he's hypnotised.
Like that bloke Svengali.
Aye, the one who wore a trilby.
Aye.
I tell you, Bernard, there's some funny things happening round here these days. Very funny.
Hello, do come in.
How do you do? I'm Richard.
Welcome to Tweedle Publications. That's my name, you know, Tweedle. But all my friends call me Twee. You may too.
Well, thank you very much, yes. My name's Richard Lamb.
Oh, what a lovely name. Oh, and how those pinstripes suit you.
Yes, I see. Well, look, I've written a book, you see, and
The waistcoat's such a beautiful cut, but of course you've got the figure for it.
Look, about my book, it'll be a sensation, you see. I've taken the whole steamy, sleazy world of the civil service, and I've torn it apart.
Oh, dear, we can't have violence. Not in one of my publications.
Wait, you don't understand me. You see, there's no real violence, but there are stories that'll make your hair curl.
Oh, I do hope you're right. I've tried everything. Absolutely everything.
Yes, well, I can see the reviews now. Searing scandals of the civil service.
Oh.
Richard Lamb lays it on the line.
Oh.
It'll drive the royal family right off the front pages, you know.
It sounds fascinating, Richard, fascinating.
Yeah.
And you're so persuasive.
Splendid. So, when do we get a press?
As soon as you've got the money.
The money?
Oh, yes. You see, I don't usually deal with the private sector.
Do you mean you won't publish my book?
No, now, Richard, I didn't say that. I said you could start as soon as you produce your wherewithal. Your £25,000.
Oh, I see. 25,000? But
oh, Richard, now you've stopped being dynamic. Oh, dear, are you going?
Yes, I am.
Oh, what a pity. Oh, well, toodaloo. Or as we say in the business, twee twee.
Yeah, we're going to have much more of this, Governor.
Oh, nearly there. Have to make sure we haven't been tailed.
Tailed? By you?
There are people who would pay anything to find out where I'm going.
You mean like coppers?
I'm not saying. All right, here we are, next corner.
And about flaming time. Yeah. Right, that'll be £9.50.
What? But we're only a mile from Whitehall.
Not the way you've come, mate. Left here, right there, 3 times round Trafalgar Square. I reckon old Nelson'd be dizzy if he'd been watching. Up and down a strand, round Ludgate Circus, cross the river, back to Lambeth, over Westminster Bridge.
All right, all right. Here you are. But as I told you, this is a very secret mission. It was imperative that my destination should remain unsuspected.
All right, 007. But it strikes me as being a bit daft. I mean, you could have saved yourself a lot of time if you just told me you wanted to go to where they're having a secret international conference.
Well, this is it, Sir Gregory. Our conference venue.
Conference venue? In an underground railway station for a top-secret conference.
Yes, but it's perfect, Sir Gregory. We put signs upstairs saying there's a major electrical fault and the trespassers will be electrocuted.
Yeah. You're quite sure that secrecy can be preserved?
Quite sure, Sir Gregory. The place is spy-proof, soundproof, media-proof, and leak-proof.
Excuse me.
Well, maybe not entirely leak-proof.
Who's this?
I'm Humbert Snetherthwaite, station caretaker.
And Mr. Snetherthwaite has been sworn to secrecy.
Sworn to secrecy, yes.
And he will attend to the delegates' needs.
The delegates' needs, yes. That reminds me, do they all like prunes?
Prunes?
Yes, I've stocked up on all the slot machines with prunes, you see. Some of my wife Lolita's specials. There's prune flake, prune and nut, prune fingers, prune balls, and something I dreamed up myself.
Really? And what's that?
Plain prunes. All they have to do is stick their money in the slot and they take their choice.
Is there no alternative catering? The delegates can't keep going on prunes.
Oh, you'll be surprised, mate. There's nothing like prunes for keeping anybody going on. I mean it. I know. Never mind. Right, anything else?
No, I don't think so. But are you sure, Mr. Snetherthwaite, that nobody can get into this station?
Nobody except the delegates, of course. Where they are now, yes. Mind the doors!
Well, I suppose I'd better go and greet them and show them to their places on the platform.
What is that for? Well, working out all right, is it?
Oh, yes, of course, naturally. Another job well on its way. Another stroke of organizational genius.
Excusing me?
Oh, yes. Oh, hello. Are you the delegate from Pakistan?
No. I'm being a fellow from Kensington, indeed. And I am indeed having been very much lost, you see. I am purchasing my ticket by that Piccadilly place, and that gentleman in that lovely peaked cap is telling me that if I'm going to Waterloo, I'm pleased to be following that one blue light, you see. And I'm walking down this tunnel by which he is pointing, and I'm seeing no blue light, only inkiness of extreme blackness. Yes. And I'm going walking, and walking some more. And now, oh my golly, grateful goodness, here I am coming. Can you be directing me, please?
Yeah. Now, hang on, Waterloo. Let me see.
There's nothing to it, mate. Now, you carry on the way you was going, take the first junction left, then the second right, and follow your nose.
Oh, that's just what I was going to say.
Well, no, I'm wanting to be doing what you are saying, but how can I be following my nosy in that one tunnel where I'm being seen not nothing? I don't understand that. No, not at all. Goodly day to you, gentlemen. And if anyone should be inquiring, my name is being Rampasad Haribai Pulina V. Mokhalji.
Oh, tell me, what's the V for?
Retire walking. Goodly day.
Are you ready with that tape recorder, Lennox Brown? Mr. Yeltsin's representative wants to make a declaration of intention. The West is waiting for this. We mustn't miss a single word.
Now it's all ready, Sir Gregory. The recorder's running.
Kopsniks and Dubovchiks. The Russian peoples want only pieces of other countries. What am I saying? No, we want only peace with the other countries. Therefore, our glorious leaders have decided is the message I bring you from our glorious
Blimey, I forgot that train still came through here every morning.
Don't you realize what it's done, man? It's rubbed out the Russian delegate's message.
That ain't all it's rubbed out, mate. What about that Mukherjee fella? He's just met his Waterloo.
Oh, have you finished, Mildred?
Oh, me typing finger will never be the same again, Mr. Lennox Brown. Oh, them delicates don't know, they really don't know how to talk.
Mildred, it is delegates, Mildred, not delicates.
Oh, now you tell me after I've typed 200 pages. And on top of everything else, I've got buzzing ear holes through listening to them tapes.
Well, never mind. Sir Gregory says his department will make it up to you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, you're going to have a new typist cushion every 3 years instead of 4.